Hello everybody on this great new hot, warm, humid day. Yes, it's a little humid here. Yeah, I know most people live in humidity. It's just unusual for southern Arizona to have such high humidity. So it's warm. So in spite of I don't like my hair up, I had to. I was just a little too warm. But what this video is um, A Quilting Life has been doing a block of the month for 2025. Well, they're always doing it, but the new one for 2025 came out, and I thought I would show you what mine looks like. And that's this one. I love these blocks. This is the one for June. It looks, I like them because they can be done scrappy, and I just think they're amazing. And this is the one that is doing these different blocks. What changes is the center one, and the month of June, of course, is the friendship star. And I will leave a link below into the description where if you wanted to, you could start doing them now or whenever. But again, this is the one for June. Okay, and I'll show you all the different ones. It's gonna come in front of my face, kind of, sort of. But this is what started it. And as you can see, each month, the blocks all start with the log cabin, and then the center one changes. This one was for January. This is mine for January, anyway. This is the one. Well, if I can get it to come up, hold on. This is the one. This is what my version of what February's looks like. Sorry. Okay, this is for February. And each month, what also changes is where the dark, like February, it's light on the bottom and dark on the top. January, it was vice versa. And then that's February, and this one is my version for March. As you can see, where the dark of the log cabin is down at the bottom and the light is at the top. This is hard to do when holding this. And then that's March. Yes, I know it's a heart, but it is March, not February. And this is the one for April. And again, as you can see, the dark goes at the top and the light is at the bottom. And then there's this one here, and this one is for May. Let me get all these blocks put back, so hopefully I don't lose any. Sorry about that. Get down there where you belong. There we go. And I think these blocks are just truly amazing. And then as you can see, my dark, the one for May, was the light was at the top, and then this one, the lights, as you can see, the light is at the bottom, which is here, and the dark is at the top, or I guess I could turn it the correct way here. You can see the dark is at the top. I just think it looks, it's just an interesting block. And when I was doing, and I just did that block real quick, they're very beginner friendly. They are large blocks with the exception of that center one. They're done, the log cabins are done with 2.5-inch strips, and you know, you could pretty much choose any colors you want to, as long as you try to make sure one side's dark and light, and then the next month is the top becomes light and the bottom becomes dark. And that's the idea of the blocks. And a little bit of change that I'm doing to mine, I decided, and the same with the Callie and Company ones, I decided, because of what the blocks are, that instead of turning mine into a quilt, and I know I've talked about this before, I'm going to make calendars out of mine and make these individual blocks. And I know that sounds really weird, and I hope I don't upset anybody, because that's not my idea. But I think they would. Sorry, my eyes are trying to focus, so they're darting back and forth. Sorry about that. It does that sometimes when I try to focus, and they'll just start darting back and forth. I think it would look really cool with a calendar, like January, February, March, and down at the bottom, underneath it, underneath here, underneath the bottom, I'm going to attach probably a piece of vinyl or something that I can attach to, and turn the bottom into calendar. It'll actually be a calendar that can be changed each year, meaning instead of it saying 2025, it won't say that. It'll have the blank, just the blanks, and little, and then someone could put little numbers, or I can put little numbers on there. It don't really matter. Or I used to make them, and the numbers all went in the bottom on a little tray type of thing, and as each month went, you just put your numbers up there. And I figured it would be something different, completely different, and I just never thought about doing it with quilt blocks. I've done it with other things, making calendars, but never done it with quilt blocks. So I thought I would try it, and I'm going to try it with the one for January to start, just to see if I like it or not. I don't want to mess up the block itself in case that's not what I decided to do. But anybody that's interested in doing these block of the mystery quilts, it's a good way to get yourself started. And it's not you could still go, like for this one, you could go get last year's, and last year's was stars. All the blocks were stars. My little thing fell out of my hair here. It's holding my hair so it doesn't come unwound. I don't like rubber bands. So but you could go get last year's, and all the blocks for last year were stars. It's kind of a pretty one. I never did it for last year, but it's a pretty one. It's the quilt. That one you could actually see done as it was done. I'll have to fix it. I just don't like rubber bands in my hair. This is not a rubber band, it's just a piece of material I put up there. So, but that's what I did this morning real early. It just, like I said again, they're not hard blocks to do, and that they're all, the ideas each month. The basics of the block is the log cabin, and then the center of them, which is this little tiny block in here, changes each month. And then if you wanted to, you didn't want to mess with this whole thing, you could actually just do the center and make a table runner out of it, which she actually demonstrates that that's what she's also going to do, make a table runner. But she's putting, and how these blocks go together, if you want to put them together, she does explain a little bit, but then she also stated that when she puts the block out for July, she'll have a little more details on how they go together, and they go 3 across. So it'll be 3 across and 4 down. So you're going to have January, February, March, April, May, June, etc., etc. And it'll look fine as a quilt, a small quilt. it's fine. They are very, very large blocks, and which I guess is what makes them unique. So it doesn't take a whole bunch of blocks to finally complete complete a quilt. But that's what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking more than likely that's what I will be doing is making a calendar out of them. Um, Mostly because I think it's unique. I may do the calendar similar and not use these blocks because they are so big. I mean, they are huge. But do them a similar way, because like the one for Callie and Company, their blocks are smaller. And I think it would look cool, mostly because each month is different, and you could, it would be something completely different to if you had something you wanted to give to someone as a keepsake. It's just something different. But I thought I would show everybody what my block looks like, and I look forward to seeing what everybody else's ones look like. I love seeing those and doing these block of the month and the other ones. We get to see what everybody does, and that's what's exciting to me, because that's like, okay, I did mine, let me see how different mine is than everybody else's, and I get really excited to see them, because it's like, no, mine's not, my seams are not perfect, but that's okay. I I I accepted that a long time ago, and it is perfectly okay. It makes mine unique. I've never been a perfectionist in quilting or any crafts, and I will never claim to be. I have done them for years. For 50 plus years, I've done different crafts. And I still will never claim to be an expert ever. I've just done a lot of crafts, and I have my way of doing things, and that doesn't mean that it's the correct way, or it doesn't mean that it's wrong, right? We all have our uniqueness, that we have certain things that are done a certain way, such as my least favorite is those flying birds, or better known as flying geese. I'm not a flying goose fan. I can do them. It's not that I can't. I don't know. I'm sure there's certain things inside of blocks that everybody like half square triangles. I don't mind doing them at all. I enjoy doing them. I've done them all the way to 1 inch, all the way to huge ones. So, and as many of you have seen, and I don't mind doing them. I mean, I zip through them, and whereas those flying geese, where you make the traditional flying geese and not just two half square triangles sewed together, and it just, I don't know, it's just one of those things. I'm not a where you snowball the two sides. I prefer to do my flying geese as two half square triangles, which is pretty much the same. Or when I've done the flying geese, I've done them instead of one at a time. I will make them 4 at a time, 2 at a time. Then they're pretty much all the same size, and I don't have to worry about snowballing and cutting and yeah, one of those things. But it's a thing. We all have our, as I say, we all have our thing that we do certain ways, and we like certain things, and it's just, there's no right or wrong way to do any craft project. None. We all have our own way of doing it, and that is the way it is. So thank you everybody for watching my videos. I really appreciate it, and hit the like and subscribe, and I'll see everybody in the chats out there. Bye bye.